Make a dramatic entrance.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, comments are on. We're waiting on Monty to show up. He's running behind. And here we go.
Right on time.
We started 35 seconds ago. Oh, he's putting something in his mouth. He's went and got a snack.
Banana nut bread. Just made it a little while ago.
Oh my. Hello, Lydia. Okay. How are you? We just came over from Dyer Family Farms live. We were visiting them on their live. And so I think he is praying and just finishing up. And I think he might come over and join us here in a few minutes. And maybe a few others. So, oh, my YouTube is buffering. So there's Breadman. Hello, Breadman, Kevin. Monty is eating bread. And he made it. Yeah.
Banana nut bread.
Hey, Keith. Hey, Ryan. I think we got everything started. Okay, I needed to go here.
She keeps telling me I'm not supposed to eat when we're on camera.
Well, okay, I copied that. I come over here and post it. Paste. There we go. I think this is what Jack told me to do. Trying to remember.
He said to do it on YouTube.
Okay.
Because otherwise they have to keep searching.
Oh, man. So how do I do this now? I go over here. Oh, nope, I don't click on it. Nope. I click on. Oh, nope, the icon. Oh, pin message. There we go. See if that worked. Tell me if it worked here, guys. No. It did here. It didn't pin it. It did not pin it on at the top. Okay. I'm trying to open the panel up. Hey, Paul and Ryan and all of y'all, right there I pinned. Well, actually, if you see it. Oh, I see it. There's Ryan. There we go.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, there we go. I'm seeing it pinned on YouTube at the top, but it didn't pin it over here on StreamYard.
The ones who were already in chat, like how we were, it jumped in the middle. But like where Wild Huckleberry, where Robbie joined in, it's going to be at the top of his.
Okay.
So I think's what he was saying. There's Jack.
There you go. There's Jack.
Okay, can y'all hear me all right?
We can.
We can.
All right, in that chat, Michelle, it will not show pinned on your computer. It will be pinned on your phone, but it won't be pinned on your computer.
In StreamYard.
On mine. But you did good.
Okay.
Hey, Greg and Donna.
Woo! I tell you. It's, when you don't do it every week, it's hard.
Yeah, and we only do open mic once a week or once a month.
Mm-hmm.
But today we needed help, and I didn't think Dina was going to join me at all because she really ain't feeling good.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and said on Robbie's live in the chat that I was going to do an open mic.
Okay. Yeah, you seen it over there. I wasn't expecting it till next week, so I'm over here just chilling. And when I seen it in Robbie's, I had to go get a hat and move a few things behind me.
Right. Well, I like to do the open mic. I enjoy the open mic.
I do too.
A lot of them do open mic every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't against it. I don't know. Maybe Miss Dina and I. Dina's in the chat. I don't know if y'all can see that, but
yes. Hey, Dina.
Clyde.
And Paul and Duncan and
Clyde, yeah.
Robbie. Yep. Keith. Whoever wants to jump on. Yeah.
Jim?
I could do that every week too.
Jack, I was going to show this to you earlier.
Is
Wow.
that my copy?
No, this is my son-in-law made this for me.
All
And
gave some gave all.
yeah, I'm gonna be
And
hanging
that's awesome.
behind my camera here, so it'll be on every show. Yep,
Can y'all see my new hat?
that is nice. Look at that. Is that an elk or a moose?
I think it's a caribou.
Caribou. Yeah, that's
Got the Alaskan flag and Alaska on there. My son gave it to me for Christmas.
there you go. Yeah, I
I,
can't.
put it- I have to wear a hat in here unless I'm reading to keep from being blinded by my light and blinding y'all with the light. Everybody hit the thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So what did we miss when we jumped out?
We did a quick prayer request. Serena had some prayer requests. I didn't write them down this week, but we prayed, and that was about it, wasn't it, Keith?
I think so. Was y'all on there when Paul was talking about Greg preaching at their church?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We caught that one.
That was kind of, well, about the last thing, right after y'all got off, I just kind of asked for, some ideas for, the morning edition, because I mean, it's usually I use the headlines and things going on in the homestead world to kind of,
Mhm.
topics, but at the same time, I like to hear what other people, Paul, but anyway, what other people, thoughts are on it.
So I
Figures.
think you need to do something along the lines of ways to prevent being sick while on vacation.
Um, fire cider every morning for about a week.
I just finished making a brand new gallon of fire cider, so
Hmm.
There you
I
go.
need to get back on it. I started 3 different prescriptions and I finish them in the morning.
That's what Dwayne says he does for about a week or so before he knows he's going to travel. Is every morning he's on that and build up the immune system.
I
Well,
forgot.
after buying Dwayne's, we made our own. I'm sorry, Michelle.
There you
Let you go.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, we've seen it at all the,
Well, Dwayne's, yeah, Red Feather Farms.
Yeah.
well, I mean, there's.
I mean, a lot of people make
Every one of the
them.
get-togethers we've been to, there's been several people
Fire-
having the
Oh
fire.
yeah, it's out there. In fact, Keith's wife, because Keith has some, and she was looking at he was telling her not to put it on the salad, and anyway, she was looking at it. She said, "I got all these ingredients except for the horseradish root." So she made her own stuff over there.
We do.
We are growing it. I've
Oh,
got the fresh horseradish root.
I know where to come get my next root.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Is it
I've
pink?
got a few different patches of it because I'm seeing different places where it'll grow. Because I tried growing it before and it didn't do real good. And
Last year.
last year it took off.
Yep.
I think it's growing straight down our cellar. So we may have horseradish root forever.
How do you store it after it's been harvested?
I only harvest a little bit, like however much I want to grade up, because the boys and Monty, they will grade it, and we use the whole thing.
Look what she just brought me.
Oh,
Fire cider.
Fire cider.
there you go.
I saw just up the chat.
That's fire cider, not whiskey.
It
Well,
might
let's
be one and the same.
Back when we're down.
Dwayne's is better.
Dwayne's has a better flavor.
I know.
So
He
what
just
was,
has the same reaction I have when I take it. And,
We're going to keep playing with the recipe, I think. Holy moly.
Keith mentioned Dwayne's hot and nasty.
yes.
And I will tell you that the name lives up to it, and but it works near instantaneously.
So does Dwayne make them both, and
He makes them
they're
both.
not really the same?
No, they're two different things.
Oh, my.
He makes all kinds of stuff. We got
He's got a
Teasel.
big old display of stuff. That hot nasty is a tincture.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
got 40 to 50% alcohol,
Mhm.
plus some other cayenne and some other things that are mixed in, and
Oh.
it opens up the sinuses and the all that. Just, I mean, instantly. So
Greg is saying if it tastes good, it can't work.
I heard that.
You're probably right, Greg.
Hey, there's
There's Paul. Welcome
Yeah.
back,
Well,
Paul.
he's getting something out of the fridge.
He's either getting fire cider or
Fire cider or hot and nasty.
nasty.
Hey, what, man?
I've leaned in the refrigerator when I
Love
was hot
Kevin.
and nasty.
Red man, Kevin.
Yeah,
Have y'all ever tried these?
Wickles.
Wickles.
Wickles, pickles.
I've seen them, but I don't think I've tried them.
Well, we had some of them that was pretty good, and they're a little bit spicy. But I can't remember what it said on the jar. I think it said Wickles, Wicked Pickles. These do not say that.
Oh.
And I
I've never heard of
can't-
Wickles.
I can't eat but 2 of them.
Mm.
The third one's too much, and
So they're that spicy.
I will be drinking something for like 20 minutes.
Michelle, those would be great freeze dried.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, I love freeze dried pickles.
It's
That
got,
was our
it's
second
got the
best seller.
magic word in there, pickles.
I
We're not
like.
doing those.
Well, we did do pickles. We did little gherkins, little,
Yeah,
and they were so salty that
yeah. You got to rinse them 4 or 5 times.
yeah. It was. I
Gotta-
mean, it was good. It was a good salt kick, but it was like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, the great thing about these is they say that a serving size is about 4 slices, but I can't eat 3 without being completely and totally set on fire. So the calories don't count.
Hey, Joe fixed it for you.
Hello,
Welcome
Joe.
in, man.
Oh my.
Yeah, I've
I
got
only
a.
get sick once 10 years or so.
I feel like I'm dying when I do. That's
Oh,
right.
no doubt. No doubt.
Talking about pickle, I've got a recipe that I've made a few times. It's a sweet and spicy pickle, and so when it goes in the front, it's sweet, and then the spice hits the back of the throat.
Oh,
Well, that's
Oh.
kind of the way the wicked pickles were, but these will just they take over everything. I think if you put these on, I've not tried it, but I'm going to. I think if you put these on a sandwich, you wouldn't have any idea if the bread had mold on it. They're that kind of. These revive your, dead ancestors kind of pickles.
oh my goodness.
Robbie likes my pickles. He said so in the comment. They were good.
Welcome in, not for nothing homestead.
Oh, Ginger.
Yeah, hey,
That's Ginger, I believe in it. Hello, Ginger. Oh,
Welcome in, my friend Ginger.
yep.
Welcome to Red Dirt Rooster Road, right?
Right? Yeah,
Welcome to Red Dirt
Next-
Rooster Road. Thank you. Yeah.
The
absolutely.
next thing we do is learn how to simultaneously broadcast.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
What?
How to simultaneously broadcast this. So
All
I
food
think I think whoever originates it has to be on the paid version, though. I'm not certain, but
Okay.
I think that's the way it is.
I know with Restream.
Everybody else.
Yeah, I know with our Restream, when you come in, it gives you the option to add your channel.
Yeah.
And if you do it that way, then it will broadcast on the same channel at the same time. But that's on Restream, so I don't know about Stream.
Oh.
I think on StreamYard, when you come in and somebody has that option, it'll show up in the top right-hand corner, just outside of the window, that you can broadcast it on your channel.
Oh.
I may be mistaken. Is that right, Jack?
Yeah, I
There-
don't know
there's-
all that. Something similar to that, but
There's an icon
Ginger and
somewhere.
Joey said they were lurking on our live, so thanks for lurking. We're glad. I'm always glad to have them.
Yeah.
How many's in here, Michelle? I can't see on mine. 21? No, that's thumbs up.
15.
I think it's only 15.
14, 15, yeah.
Yeah.
StreamYard does, StreamYard showing 14.
So, there you
Where
go.
are you seeing that?
There.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'll build up. It'll build up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get more people to know Red Dirt Rooster Road.
There you go.
It's-
or to go the other way. You do have me on screen. You never know.
I was going to say, we're usually at mid 20s to 30 or 20s. I
You
think.
have the ability to kick him out. No,
Yeah, you just push the button, whatever you got to do, you know. And you can test it. I don't care, and we'll see if the number goes up.
Yeah.
Let's blame it on the weather.
Ginger saying 14 on the chat. We'll share it out. That'd be great. Oh,
thank you, Ginger.
y'all are great. Oh my.
I'm showing 592 subs.
Ah,
Is that
yeah, I
right?
think so. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
Robbie, if you're still in the chat, that's the reason why we need to do that creators conference.
Yep.
I would love to see a
There-
creators conference.
They're too good of a channel to have 592 subs. They need 592,000 subs.
Oh, that would be nice.
It's coming. It's coming. So I went over 5,000 a couple weeks ago, and I'm closing in on 6,000.
That is crazy. Yeah.
And I worked again on trying to set up my what do you call that?
Monetization.
AdSense?
AdSense. And they sent me back an email today, said I didn't qualify. My content doesn't qualify. So, thanks, Joey.
Oh my
I
goodness.
still got to figure out there's something wrong there. I definitely got plenty. I don't have any problems that shouldn't keep me from qualifying. But I need to find an expert.
Good luck getting help from YouTube.
You can't get help from YouTube till you have 100,000 subs.
I know.
They won't talk directly to you until you have 100,000 subs. At least that's what I've been told.
You know, that's something Dakota from Opecan said one night. You know, it's like when it's good content, like clean family content, and especially when we talk about the good Lord and we talk about His Word and that type of stuff, it just they don't want nothing to do with pushing that out there. And,
Yeah.
you know, so
I ain't gonna change that part.
that's it. I don't back off of it.
I ain't either. Matter of fact, I may go to more of that.
Well, I confused the algorithm because I was gaining like I am now before I started doing my Bible study, and that just shut it off. Elon Musk said?
Don't blame the algorithm. Just look in the mirror. Just hurt my feelings. No kidding.
Well, Keith, you don't have to worry about that. Elon Musk don't care who you are either. You know.
Oh, hello, Critter Creek.
Hey, Mickey, welcome
Mickey.
in. Man.
Hey, Mickey, if you can find the link, you're welcome to jump on. Oh, there's Robbie. Did it
The
go?
link's right at the top.
Yep. The link
Yep,
is at the
link's
top.
right there to find.
Okay. Oh my.
And
Keith said, "Thanks, Paul."
my brother, I tell you.
You'll find some people that don't mind you, you know, and
Hey,
they'll
there's
like
Robbie,
you.
welcome back.
They'll like you well enough
Hello,
to not
hello.
tell you to look in the mirror.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's my brother over there. You know, we do what we can.
Johnny Gillum said the only thing you got to do is make sure you put out consistent content. And no, that's not it. It has to be good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
And if you'll watch my channel, you know, my dad told me a long time ago, no life is wasted. Some are just a good example of a bad example. My channel, my channel stands as a tribute of how not to do YouTube, probably. I have 880 plus videos. 880 plus videos. And I've been on here for over 5 years and I'm not monetized. And it's watch hours.
I've got over 900, nearly 1,000 videos, plenty of watch hours, and over 5,000 subs, and I'm still not there either.
So, you know, like I said, if you spend it, you can drive yourself crazy trying to spend that and get slaved to that algorithm.
But I ain't gonna quit. I mean, the reason I put it up here wasn't to be full time YouTube. I put it up to have a record for my kids and my grandkids.
That was why I
Right,
started.
right.
I didn't know if I'd ever get to meet any of my grandkids. So, and I didn't get to meet my granddad that homesteaded the place I'm now living on, and I wanted at least them to know. I don't know what his voice sounded like.
Right. I never met my grandpa, Jack. I sure would
Yeah.
like to know.
If YouTube stands and is there, well, they'll at least be able to find it if they wanted to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And my
exactly.
kids would probably tell them, "Hey, you know what? Let's go talk to your grandpa. Here, we'll watch some of his. We'll watch some TV that he made." And they're like, "From back in the 20s."
Oh man.
Well, I hope the Lord puts a desire in their heart to want to see it now. But
Yeah, I really get a thrill out of some silly stuff that happens for me with YouTube once in a while, and it'll be somebody will comment on a video that I put up 4+ years ago, and they'll ask me a question about my hay baler, and I'm like, I had one that was kind of a weird one here a while back. It was, that's great. Could you do a little less play by play and tell me why my baler won't work like yours is? And so I gave him the same smart aleck back. I said, because I ain't driving it.
Good answer.
I'm like, well,
I can't keep up with my comments anymore.
really? Yeah, I bet it does go crazy with that me subs.
I don't have that problem.
I don't have that problem so far.
Well, I want to. It'll take me a full day to even do half of what I got right now. I spent an hour and a half typing out this month's schedule for reading through the Bible this morning. That's how good of a typer I am.
We all want to be Jack when we grow up.
Don't read too much into Joe Fix It for you over there.
Yeah, I'm listening to him.
Follow your lead. No, he beats his own drum. I can tell you for a fact. When he gets short of patience with somebody, he changes his name to Joe No Patience for you.
Yeah, that's right. Ginger wants to be one of your grandkids, Paul.
Well,
I need to inherit a better tractor. I'll be one of your grandkids too.
oh, you don't know. You don't know. The only reason mine still runs because I have to work on it.
I got a 53 Ford Golden Jubilee
Do you?
and no front end loader. Everything I do needs a front end loader. Everything I do, I need a loader.
Oh, I know some people that could accommodate that. I do. I had a front end loader for sale on Marketplace for over 18 months, and I gave up trying to sell it and put it on one of my tractors.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I would love to have a front end loader on mine. I don't have anything hydraulic on the front of my tractor.
Well, now I do have the ability to put hydraulics on that Golden Jubilee.
I had mine was a 49 8N, and I spent more time working on it than I spent driving it. And
It's been a good one.
it became yard art for about 6 months to a year after I went and bought my brand new 25 horse with the front end loader and all that. And then I sold it to some guy who said he was going to rebuild it. Adios. I don't miss it.
It was good for
I've
what
got
I
a-
bought it for.
I've got a New Holland, and it's a good tractor, and it does great. I just wish it had some front end hydraulics on it.
Right.
Monty and Michelle got a good one.
Got a gooder?
TYM, it's a 47 horse. I got front hydraulics and the auxiliary, so I can run my grappler and everything else off the front end of it.
There you go. Yeah, I've got mine's a 25 horse TYM. And
Donald over there at Money Pit, he's got a cab tractor Mahindra.
he's big league.
Yeah, he paid it.
Yeah, that's
money.
a nice one.
He's a real farmer now. He got a cab. I mean,
I would have got a cab, but I got too many trees.
I've,
Right, I
I've,
don't have that problem.
I've got a couple tractors that have cabs, but the trouble is all of mine are like me, and they were made in the 1900s.
Right.
I don't know what I would do with bunnies.
Ginger wants a skid steer. I'd love to have a skid steer too.
Oof. Yes.
I have a love-hate relationship with the skid steers I have. I love them when they're working. Have you ever worked on a compact car?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, divide that by 3 and you get the size that you have to work on a skid steer, I believe.
I've run a lot of them. I've never owned one.
It's kind of a necessary evil. We use the one in the woods to carry logs out of the woods, and you can do stuff with it that you could not do with a tractor. I don't have a grapple or nothing for mine, but we just carry logs out with a fork. I appreciate the challenge. You know, anybody could grab it with a grapple. If I had a grapple, you know, I would do that too, but I don't. So I've got forks, and I carry them out on forks.
Not just everybody can carry it out with just forks.
Yeah, not everybody.
And I tell you what, I bought forks for that front end loader, and that's one of the best things I bought.
They're definitely an awesome attachment, but I haven't never bought anything that was fixed up ready to use. I have to buy it in pieces and then do some welding or something. All of the forks that I have for attachments for mine, I bought a back plate. I bought a pair of forks or came up with them and married them together. So, you know, that's how it
I bought
works.
them used, and my right fork it's missing the little pin that goes down and holds it. And so I stuck it down in there. Now I can't move it. I might have to cut it out.
Yeah.
Greg's bragging about his grapple.
I know it, right? Look at him. He's a real farmer too. You know.
I was doing good till my neighbor sold his backhoe last year.
Oops.
Sorry. Yes, I have full appreciation for that. I was doing good till my neighbor sold his backhoe.
And I never asked him to borrow that backhoe. I was over here shoveling gravel all by myself down my driveway off of a flatbed trailer, and he said, "Come get my backhoe and get that stretched out." And then every time he seen me do anything, "You better come get my backhoe." So I started borrowing it later.
Yeah.
Well, I know the first couple of years I had this property, my neighbor across the fence there, his Kubota and him, my best friends, because he had the front end loader and forks and all that. And I was over there wrestling and fighting with that 8N Ford. And he finally did one day, he's like, "When are you going to give up on that thing and get yourself a tractor?" So I had to.
If I only lived closer to Pink.
I'd let you borrow it, Jack, because I know you bring it back in one piece.
I'll tell you one thing my daddy taught me a long time ago is if you borrow it and you broke it, you better fix it before you take it back.
That's right.
That's right. Yep.
No matter if it was your fault or not.
Right.
That broke me a borrowing. I thought that if I'm having to work on somebody else's stuff when I break it, I should just get my own.
Right.
You know, and I've had a use for a lot of equipment there.
Yeah.
Amen to that, Joey said. I don't know if he's talking to me. What are y'all talking about, Michelle and bunnies?
No.
No.
Mickey was saying there was a bunny that needed a bunny or something. And I said, no, we've
Been there, done that.
we had this big, beautiful chinchilla bunny years ago.
It would have made a perfect mitt.
But he died, and we've not had any more.
And I didn't get the
Oh, gosh, I can't see what Mickey's saying.
He would have made good tacos.
No.
You don't eat squirrels either, do you, Michelle?
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Trying to
Will.
be got by a friend to take pictures at church on Easter with the kids. They've been in 2 Easter pic sessions so far. She needs a new home. That's, yeah, unfortunately.
Mickey don't live far.
Yeah, we're,
Paul, are you eating pickles?
Mhm.
oh, yeah.
I don't eat pickles either.
Mhm.
Really? You never had pickle stuffed squirrels? I hadn't either.
No,
I
that
do
was
like
my dad.
squirrels.
Oh,
Pickles are a waste of cucumbers. And cucumbers are a waste of garden space.
No.
I have to disagree with you there on that one, Monty.
I
Sorry.
like
Yep.
pickles.
Me too.
Feel free to.
I like the cucumbers and the pickles.
I was
Exactly.
Feel free to
doing
bring
I like
me
them
all
both.
your pickles, Money.
first time Anita ever tried to grow any garden cucumbers and onions done real well. And I was like, oh, you should do that again. That worked her real well to have cucumbers and onions. And she says, yeah, we'll do that again. The next year it was a total flop. And somebody said, what? Even an idiot can grow cucumbers and onions. And I'm like, I guess we're not even good enough to be idiots then. Because the second year it just flopped, you know.
That's the way gardening is, man. You can have a bumper crop one year and the next year do everything the same. Even go test your soil and take it down to the extension office and have it and put everything and still have a flop.
Yep.
I figured out I can, the same thing. One year I grew cucumbers. They came out great. Next year they just died right on the vine. And I've tried onion one time in a container, and I managed to get one onion that actually grew, and I was scared to even try to eat it. I just looked at it.
Well, the third year we done really good. We had cucumber vines that produced, I don't know, and then they get a blight on the leaf, and the leaves start dying. And
Yeah.
I was telling my mom about that, and she said, "Well, it's a fungicide. You need a fungicide on that, and that'll kill it. You know, pull all the ones that have that off and throw them on the ground, and then spray the vines with this fungicide." And I've got the fungicide, and it's in a pump up sprayer just sitting right by my garden out there. And I'm like, okay. I go out there and pick it up, bring it home, spray everything in my garden with that fungicide. She calls me at 6 the next morning, gets me out of the bed. Monty already knows that wasn't the fungicide. You picked up some Roundup. And so I killed the whole garden, all of it, every bit of it.
Oh,
And
Hey,
my
who says
mom's like,
Oh,
I'm
mercy.
heartbroken over that. Yeah, that was doing so good. I can't believe we killed it. I'm like, you didn't do it. I did it.
who says labeling doesn't matter?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
got the right to know.
Informed consent.
I
So-
accused her after that of wanting to make sure that her garden done better than mine.
30 years ago, we bought a horse. And it's the only horse I've owned since I was a teenager. And man, this dude was producing all kinds of manure. And I thought, I'm going to put that in the whole garden,
Oh, no.
burn it to a crisp,
Oh,
y'all.
my.
It was a good big garden too.
Oh,
Well, in
man.
case you don't know, I have a certain way of exiting, but I'm going to tell you a story. I had somebody tell me that horse manure was the best thing on strawberries. I didn't like it. I'm going back to whipped cream.
We knew that was coming.
That's terrible. It's funny though, because Keith and I,
Oh,
when we were-
they ain't but one Paul case.
there you go. Keith was a teenager, but I was younger. Our dad used turkey manure that he'd get from local people and stuff like that, and because our soil and our property we grew up on was nothing but sand. There's no gravel pit area, and nothing but sandburrs is all that really grew good and grew good potatoes because of the rock. But yeah, we shoveled I don't know how many loads of manure out on that garden every year, and it's like I don't have to do that again in my life. I'll be okay. But,
Man, I
Now
will
that's what
burn-
rabbits are good for.
yeah.
That's what rabbits
ready
are
to go.
really good for.
Yeah.
Yes, because that manure is good and can go straight on the garden.
there you I'm
I
going to raise
wheelbarrowed that horse manure for hours, and all it did is kill the whole garden.
Yeah.
Horse
I'm going to raise
for your smoker for your bees.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's what her grandpa used. That's all he fueled his smoker with for the bees was horse manure.
dried horse manure.
Right.
Yeah.
But we've been using cat manure the last year or so.
that's because we've got manure everywhere.
Pine needles. We don't have any horses and hadn't for years, but wow, I use a lot of pine needles in my bee smoker.
Yeah. We
But
bring
I
some
cut-
of those home from my dad's.
I cut 3 of my 5 pine trees down this year before they fell on the house or the fence or something. 2 of them had died.
That's one thing I got a lot of, pine trees.
Well, you got bee fuel.
And I got a lot of that. I got pines and cedars and a handful of oaks here and there, and South Ozarks.
Well, Dina and I went to Mountain Fork River over in eastern Oklahoma, a place called the River's Edge, rented a cabin, hung out is over at Smithville or in that area. Hung out for the weekend and way out, I thought, hey, grab some extra trash bags from this cabin we're in. We're going to fill them up with pine needles. This is before we bought this place. And we brought 3 or 4 bags of these pine needles home. It wasn't before we bought the place, but anyway, we brought them home and I went to get some of them. I said, where'd those pine needles go? What'd you do with them? She threw them all away. We spent an hour and a half, 2 hours collecting pine needles and then she threw them away. She didn't realize what she did.
Oh man.
That's too good. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I've got to get ready for the morning show and work and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah, I got to go to work tomorrow after 14 days off.
Yep. After
that's true.
14 days off.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think I'd forget where I worked after 14 days.
We got back last Wednesday and I was supposed to work Thursday, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, guys, good night. We'll see you
Good
later.
night. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
See you in the morning, Ryan.
Night. I was gonna tell Monty when what was it? The other night we got home, we ran up to the kids and had dinner with them. We got home and I was checking over here. I always check the animals, see if I can see them. He slams on the brake in our driveway.
There were 4 eyes looking at me. Our steers were out.
Oh,
They were in the yard at the front of the house. So, needless to say, we had to jump out in the dark, and I don't get out with these steers anymore.
But I got out, put some cubes in
Yeah,
the
get
bucket.
the cubes.
Just rattled the bucket and they followed me right down to the gate. And went
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I dumped them out, but yeah.
you don't take Greg's lead on how to raise cows. Don't let them out like that.
Oh, well, it was a combination of errors.
Where I keep my tractor, I've got a hot wire that separates it.
Because they'll get up by the bees and knock the hives over. So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that
I
our
keep-
little boneyard over there, we keep it closed.
Yeah, I keep the hot wire up. Well, that evening when we got finished splitting wood and everything, I forgot to put the hot wire up. Well, we've installed the gate there that goes up into the yard.
And the grandbaby was over. So,
They've been going in and out that gate. So the cows came in,
went through the gate.
Luckily, they went around the pool and not over the deck.
Oh my gosh. Well, because our deck on one side, it's all kind of on a hill. So it's basically at ground level, like 6
Almost,
inches.
yeah.
And they could have been up on the deck, right by the house, on the pool. I was just
Or
like
in the pool.
in the pool. It would have just,
Oh, man.
I mean, I was, and because of all things, while he was putting them back in the main gate,
Guess who stepped in the pile?
I took the buggy that I needed to put up because, we just ran up to the kids, next door. And so I take the buggy and I pull it over on the corner of the house, shine into the pool so I can go shut that gate. Well, big old pile. I no more than stepped out. My foot slid. So
Oh,
we started talking about cow manure or horse manure. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've got patties all over the yard again. They walked through the strawberries. They go through the flower beds. They're everywhere. I don't know what these steers do when they get in the yard, but it's like party time.
Yeah.
And I knew immediately when I stepped and my foot didn't hold, it just slid sideways.
Yeah.
Trashed my shoes.
But yeah, and we're still finding piles all over even down where all our feed bins and stuff are at. They were down there nosing around.
Yeah. I mean, they were up.
It's like they try to look at everything when they're not in their own pen.
And thankfully, we have a gate at the drive. We have fencing and gates everywhere.
Yeah.
But we have a gate at the drive to enclose, so you can't drive off of the road and come up onto our property. We keep that gate. It's an automatic gate. Well, anyway, it doesn't. Right now, it's not closing all the way. They were right up there. I mean, they could have gone through because it had a little opening in it, but thankfully they didn't. But there were cow patties all the way up there. It's like they walked the perimeter.
Yeah.
Yep. I think they do. Ours is kind of the same setup. We've got a gate down at the highway, but you can walk around both sides of my cattle guard because it's not wired to the fences. They've respected it. We don't have them now, but a couple of times they did get in the yard. They respected it and didn't go out past the cattle guard. Surprisingly enough,
That would have just been
Yeah.
so beyond horrible for them to get out on the road out here.
Yeah, because
The hills and the people driving.
it was a few years ago. I mean, our road was a gravel road. And then a few years ago, they came through and did what they call it, chip and tar or
chip and
whatever.
seal.
They did
Yeah.
that. So now it's like a paved road and people out here think it's like a highway. Oh my gosh, people fly down this road now. And
Well, it's 70 miles an hour right outside my gate.
our two steers are black.
Yeah.
So nobody would have seen them until they hit them. 1,000 pounds, they would have known when they hit them.
Oh, I imagine. We was talking about Orslins earlier in the feed, and we had a manager of Orslins get killed out here, hit a horse on our highway, which is 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He hit a horse at like 5 a.m. Couldn't see it.
Mm.
Yeah, we're down to we now have a month and a half or so. We held off on taking our steers in. So now it'll be February, but our brother, we were just talking to Monty's brother. And this past year he lost one of the steers that he was raising.
He was raising three of them and had 2.5 of them sold. And he said it choked on something,
He thinks
piece of plastic or something.
Yeah. But that's been one of my fears is that, oh gosh, because it's the first time we've ever fed out our own beef. And it's so the responsibility on it, the investment and the time and
Yeah, in the past her dad, a doctor that was his doctor, her dad's doctor, he raised beef down by the Wayne Payne exit. And he would call him whenever we would need beef. And he's like, yeah, come on down, pick you one out. And we'd go down there and he'd have all of them up in his pen. And he's like, pick out which one you want. We'd pick one out and load it in the trailer, and I'd take it straight over to the processor. So we never had to mess with doing any of the grubbing out. So these two, we bought those, and then we've been feeding them for a year now. So
Well, I'll tell you a story of our first one we ever fed out. We drove way down to Texas, like 4 hours one way, and bought 4 little bottle calves, which I'll never do again. Not 4 at a time for sure. Brought them home, and we was dedicated to no antibiotics, no drugs, which is dangerous. You can lose all your cattle like that. Just takes one little something to make one of them sick. But anyway, we're on straight grass feed and hay. I trained them to a bucket of cubes to get them in the lot, and that's the only time I ever gave them anything but hay or grass. And it was Angus cross. They were terrible. Angus do not metabolize grass very good. The fat was not palatable.
Huh.
I was so disappointed. Longhorn cattle, they will.
Yeah.
But no more will I ever do an Angus on straight grass.
We'll have
graze.
to see how these work. Well, they've never, since they've been here, they've always had cubes, and the last several months we've added.
And when we say they've had cubes, it's like maybe a pound
Yeah,
of cubes between
Right.
the two of them. That's just to keep them coming to the bucket.
well, I've bumped it up. I've bumped
Well-
it up since we're taking them.
Yeah,
The last
once
couple
we
months.
decided on a date, we're giving them corn and
I'll grain finish them anymore if I do any more black cows.
Yeah.
Longhorn metabolizes, but it doesn't have as much fat. So it's a give or take.
yeah.
I'll-
The doctor that we used to get those when we first started getting them from him, that's what he was raising down there were Longhorns. So that's what we were getting, but he switched over to the Angus, and then now he's moved all his operations to, I think, Colorado. He's not even raising any cattle down there. I don't know what he's doing with that property down there.
Well, I'll have to wait about a year and a half, and I can tell you how Dexter's are, because that's what we have.
On straight
Oh,
grass,
And, well, no, they're getting cubes, and they're getting into the goat feed some too. So, because they're in there with the goats. So, but
when I
we've got
figured out, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jack.
No, go ahead, Robbie.
I was just gonna say when we've got a pair, and they had a baby in May, and we're raising the baby, and that will be our go to freezer camp for us. But the fun story is the first night we had them, they got out. I'm pretty sure Thor, our LGD, ran them out because he didn't like them being around his goats. So
Hey, sorry to hear about y'all's loss, by the way.
thank you,
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah.
praying for y'all.
appreciate that.
Well, I don't think Rhodey doesn't like the steers either. They don't like him, and I think they were just too old. They were too big when we brought them in, and he likes the sheep. He didn't really, Rhodey hasn't connected with the goats much, but the sheep, they're his buddies,
Yeah.
and the steers,
Nobody's their buddy.
nobody's their buddy. No, not even me.
Well, Thor,
when they said-
those are his goats.
Yeah.
So when
Goodness.
we introduced the cows, he was like, "No, you stay away from my goats."
Oh yeah.
We've never had a livestock guardian dog, but we should have. We're going to eventually, but we need to do some fencing first.
Yeah. We have to keep Rhodey in. We don't let him out in the bigger fields because he's a Houdini. He can find his way out, but
Well, he hasn't been fixed, so
yeah. Yeah.
he wants to go roam around and find out who in the neighborhood's in the mood.
Yeah. Well, he's always been a roamer, so
Well, we
Yeah.
don't need Thor to get out.
Before we actually put him up and he became our dog, I used to see him on my trail cams running with another pack of dogs.
Oh,
And evidently, I don't know what happened to that other pack of dogs, but he wandered up on our driveway one day and
Worn out and almost dead.
yep, and he became our
Oh.
dog. And for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I'm his number one.
Oh my goodness.
And-
He's a man's dog.
And she's the one that feeds him and
I love
babies
owning
him and
him.
all that. But if I walk out, all I gotta do is whistle him. He's at the gate
He
waiting on me.
drops me like a hot potato and he runs to where Monty is.
I perforated my barn with a 9mm over a wild pack of dogs.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember you telling us about that.
Back when we had them 500 chickens, I come in there. I'd go up there at 4 o'clock in the morning and go feed for 2 hours. And
oh my gosh.
not very good light. And man, I started letting lead fly. I was like, what am I going to do if they get on me? But they were looking to leave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a couple of dogs that got into a bunch of our chickens one time. I will say that they didn't get into anybody else's chickens.
Well done.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Well, once they do that, it's kind of over. It amazes me that Rhodey doesn't. I mean, those chickens come right up on him, and he'll kind of want to play with them sometimes if he can get them cornered, and he
doesn't mess with them
Mhm.
unless they get over near his feed,
and then he'll bark at them.
and he'll go after them.
Yeah.
Other than that, he doesn't mess with them. But we bought a friend that got hit by the tornado back. When was that tornado? Down at Cole.
Oh, 2 years ago,
Yeah, and that guy had a bunch of
year and a
pups,
half. Yeah.
and we bought one of the pups and brought him home, and he would not leave. He was going after everything.
The puppy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
puppy.
Mhm.
And we finally had to get rid of him because he wouldn't. I mean, we put the stick on him and everything, trying to keep him away from the chickens and the goats and the sheep. And
Oh my goodness.
he wouldn't leave them alone.
Yeah, they that was a series of mistakes with that poor little dog. But it was going to be a 200-pound dog, and we tried to start training on him, and it was one of those where there was just no way that I had the knowledge and the ability to try to train this dog where it wouldn't eat me or the animals someday. So we found another farm, and they were to bring him in. They had lots of animals, and he had actually killed one of our chickens. And we told him, we said, "Hey, now he was a little puppy, but
You
they were like,
barely made a chew toy for a 200-pound dog.
yeah. So they knew going in, and they were experienced with being able to train one. I wasn't, and the amount of time and energy it was going to take, and you've got to train them for a couple of years if you're going to leave them with your livestock. I mean, so
And some of the stuff we read, it was like, be prepared to lose a few. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that.
yeah.
No.
So, so we did not keep him. His name was Storm, and it was kind of a foster situation for a little bit.
So you're saying the storm just blew through?
He did.
He did,
Yeah.
and right back out. But he went to a better place. That's the thing. If we've ever had to get rid of an animal, we try to make sure we've got a better place that they're going to than at our place.
Well, Critter
Right.
Creek just popped up and
And
said a
Mickey?
little known fact.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
He's a dog trainer.
Mickey, you're
Wow.
a dog
Yeah.
trainer? Oh
I didn't know that.
Oh my, this is good to know.
So do y'all know GGGMMM?
We do. Hey, I was just trying to get on here. this would be Ginger and Mark. I can't read the text. Let's
that-
yes,
Oh, that's our friends.
this is our dear friends.
Says
Uh,
love seeing the stove and absolutely love seeing y'all. We miss you so and love tuning in to see you live.
Have you been on here before?
That's where this stove came from. Was
That's
them.
our good friends.
Ah,
Yes.
I like seeing the stove too.
Oh my.
Yeah, really, it's pretty.
Oh,
It is. He
well,
gave Dina the bug.
I know. Are you still looking?
We have not, because the Alaska trip kind of
Right.
it cost about the same as a new stove.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh
But
wow.
you talking about your dogs though, Thor, he is in the pen with the goats and the cows because he can't roam. If he roams, one, I don't know that he would stay around, and two, he would kill every chicken we have.
Wow.
Oh.
I have learned over time that Anatolian shepherds do not like birds.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
And we've had some that keep getting in the pen with him, and most of the time they don't make it back out.
Oh
See,
gosh.
Kevin and Rachel's got Anatolis, and they have them around their birds, a lot of them.
No, they don't have the Anatolians in with the birds. The birds are in the other pen, in the other
Mojo
field.
is
Mojo
he
does. He's a
Oshkosh
great
or
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a great
You're probably
Pyrenees.
right.
And then I can't
Because they're-
remember the name of the others out in the other field.
That's
But-
Leesky and Cora and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I can't think of the, but yeah, they're one of the ones that talked about a lot about how Anatolians don't like birds, and so that I was like, well, I have to agree.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that video of them.
Huh.
I haven't been watching near enough videos lately.
I'm having a hard time just keeping up with, I really want to try to keep up with our group and the different,
Exactly.
lives, and I try to catch the Bible studies and all of that. And it's just, it's so much to try to keep up with that
It is.
there's so many other ones, bigger channels and stuff that we're just hit or miss on whether we get to see them or not.
Yeah, I don't
The
watch
one
those
we-
nearly as much as I used to.
The one we never miss, though, is Good Simple Living. I don't know if y'all watched them or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've just found them in the last several weeks.
Yeah, we've been watching them for 3 or 4 years now. We
Oh.
watched them before their house was ever a house.
Oh,
Before
wow.
they finished the guest house inside the barn.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh.
they have come a long ways.
Wow. Yeah. And I've caught their podcast, but that's a new one for us.
The
The
New
last-
World Old Soul.
Yes.
It's
I
good
think
too.
last week I was trying to say new soul, old world. That's what I was calling it. I do that.
At least I can listen to that though while I'm working. I used
Yeah.
to watch a bunch of videos while I'm working in a road grader, but I'm not in a grader anymore. So
Mhm.
I've been back in a truck for a while, and I can't watch TV and drive a truck down the road at 70 mile an hour.
Nope.
At 4 miles an hour in a road grader, I could.
Uh-huh.
Please don't, Jack.
So I've got into listening to books on tape and things like that, or electronic books and
Those,
stuff.
those things put me to sleep.
Oh no, I got in this pocket. What do they call this thing? Let me look. It's called Pocket FM, and so Johnny Gillum had a commercial come on for Pocket FM in his video, and I try to watch or listen to the whole commercial because that's what they get paid off of once you get monetized. And so I was listening to the whole video, the whole Pocket FM. Well, it was 2.5 hours long. The commercial was.
Wow.
Once I got about 15 minutes into it, I looked over there and I was already interested. They were telling a story. Now I've got like 7 different books going because they let you listen to 200 plus chapters of a book, and then you got to wait the next day to get 2 or 3 more chapters. And one of the books I got going is like 3,200 chapters.
Wow.
it's going to take me years to listen to it all.
Well,
They
one
get
of
you
our-
hooked, and then they start making you can either buy the next chapter or you can wait 24 or 48 hours and they'll give you 2 or 3 free more.
our
More free stuff.
our daughter-in-law's told me about. I mean, we're on a Pioneer library system,
Yep.
and you can check out audiobooks through the library. And I
That's
did
so-
that for quite a while, but whew, when you drive the distances that I drive, sometimes it's like you get halfway through a book and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall asleep here, so I have to turn it off and put some music on.
Lulling you to sleep. Nope, that's
Yep.
not good.
Yeah, that's not good either. You're right. I drive in circles, usually about an hour each direction, and do it again 5 times a day, 6 times a day sometimes.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, did Ryan say he's doing his Bible study every morning, or is it just weekday mornings? Or
Ryan's a podcast every morning at 6.
okay, so it's every
Every
morning.
weekday. It's weekday mornings.
Is
Weekday?
it weekdays? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just week.
I
I've
caught it.
caught the playbacks. I haven't. Go ahead.
I think I missed Fridays, and then of course this weekend I haven't. We're out of pocket a lot on the weekends, so I didn't see anything come through. So I wasn't real sure.
Yeah,
So-
I've caught a playback, but I haven't caught him live. But I'm going to have
No,
to
I
jump
haven't.
out of here. It's 9:00 now.
It is 9. It's time
Oh.
for us to.
Oh, it's over. Past
We're
9.
past time. So.
I got an
Yeah,
alarm.
it is.
I got an alarm goes off at 4
Oh man, you've got a schedule that I couldn't keep. I'm
on a work day.
You're good.
On my first work day in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yo,
Well,
You
thank
might be a little tired.
Thank you for
Um,
hanging out with us, Jack. You guys, you and Dina, take care. Have a great week.
Hey, we had a ball. God bless
Okay.
y'all.
All right,
Good
guys.
seeing you
See you,
guys.
Robbie.
Okay.
right. Bye.
Bye.
You guys have a great one.
See y'all.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to jump off of here. Yep. Critter Creek, thank you for hanging in there with us and everybody else in the chat. And Mark and Ginger, I'm not sure if you're still there.
If they're still there,
I know we need to visit with you guys sometime. I've lost them over. I'm scanning through the chat to see what I can see.
see if they're still there, because we've been I keep getting Facebook updates or memories or whatever they call it,
Oh,
and it was like
yeah.
6 or 8 years ago we came and seen y'all in Kentucky, and then like 10 years ago is when we all went to Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, we lost Robbie. Robbie, I'm sorry. Hey guys.
no, Robbie signed off. I think.
Robbie signed off. Okay. Well, I didn't know he was hopping off. Thank you, Robbie, for joining. Well, I know, and we don't want to. We'll share. We'll visit with
Yeah.
Ginger and Mark a little bit later. But everybody, thanks so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us and visiting. And Mickey, thank you for interacting so much. And that's good to know about the dogs. I will remember that. But Serena,
Thanks for joining us, Serena.
yeah,
We never mentioned her, but
no.
we've seen her popping through here all night.
Yeah, and I've jumped in and put
Okay.
messages here and there. We'll have to see how Jenny is doing. I know her mama has been sick in the hospital. So Paul, thank you for joining and being part of the panel earlier. And Greg, I don't think you jumped on, but we appreciate y'all coming in. And so we will visit with you guys. What's Mark and Ginger saying? 20 years. Fun tuning in and going. Oh, I'm so wholehearted thumbs up support. Love you guys so much. We need a phone call and visit sometime. Mark and Ginger. Okay, guys, we're going to get off of here and let you guys go have a little bit of your Sunday night and get ready for Monday.
All right.
Thank
We'll
you.
see
We love
y'all.
you all. Bye. See you on the next one.
Okay.